and welcome to the Thirsty Bitches podcast, where we talk about anything under the sun, from books to entertainment to self-help and even a little spice. I'm Victoria.
I'm Kiara.
And I'm Katalyn.
And today we are talking about some holiday traditions.
Because today, this episode is coming out on December 22nd, which means we are 3 days away from Christmas. I know the three of us celebrate Christmas here, but happy holidays to everyone out there. Whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate. This is a great year to just show love and gratitude towards everyone. Sorry, I just had to cut in really quick.
Yeah, no, you're good. So we are going to discuss some of our favorite traditions during the holidays, from baking to movie watching to hacking down some trees.
Mm-hmm.
We got all sorts of things to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we get started, we are going to jump into our quenchable moments. And if you're new here, quenchable moment is something happy or exciting that has happened to us over the last week or so that we want to share with each other and with you. So to kick us off, Victoria, what was your quenchable moment? I feel like you both just went you both squinted a little bit waiting to see who was going to get asked first.
For mentally preparing to be asked.
It's been a long day.
Yes, it has been a very long day.
I like to switch it back and forth with whoever goes first.
That's true.
Yes. I figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so I have gotten all of my gifts. I'm done.
Woohoo!
Yay.
I'm done. Now, just because I've gotten all of them does not mean that they're ready. Because most of these gifts are kind of handmade. So I just have to put them together.
I will say, very jealous of Katalyn's gift.
You're not going to be when you see yours.
Okay, but
Oh, yeah, you're going to lose it when you see yours.
Yeah.
What is it?
Anyways, y'all don't have to give me anything. It's fine.
Katalyn, I swear to God, we've already had this discussion.
This is a regular occurrence.
If you guys don't know, gift giving is my number one love language. I don't care what people fucking say about it. People are like, oh, gift giving, you just want to get your own,
okay,
you just, gift and everything.
No, I love giving. It's not just your love language. It's apparently everybody's love language. We all like to give gifts, but none of us like to receive them.
No.
I love receiving gifts. I love knowing that you thought about me when you got me something. Obviously, I love gifts in general. I think it's stupid to say oh, I don't like I don't know. I don't like I think you're fucking dumb. I think you're lying. Everyone loves when we get things you're just oh my God, this is something new and it's mine. I'm so excited. But it's I think we've gotten this mentality, especially as millennials, that
we have a hard time letting people spend.
We have a hard time receiving.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in any form, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, mental. We have
too deep.
We have a hard time receiving, and I think that manifests in the gift giving thing. We love giving, but we're really hard at receiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm always happy to get something that's made, or it's something that has a very significant meaning to me.
Mm-hmm.
My sister always gets me a Pandora charm for my necklace. That's that's
Aww.
a tradition. But I was really excited to do my gifts this year because I'm not a very thoughtful gift giver typically. I usually just go through somebody's Amazon wish list and, buy a bunch of things off of it and call it a day. But this year is you know what? We're gonna do something.
Was very thoughtful for mine. You got me The Discovery of Witches, the first 2 books last year, I think.
Oh.
So.
Thanks for that bit of information. I needed that.
I found a 3rd one.
No, I know.
You were very thoughtful. I think that Melissa and I definitely rubbed off on you a little bit because, Melissa and I are big gift givers.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it for me. Gifts.
I'm glad you're done.
Gifts.
I haven't done shit, so hopefully by December 22nd, when this episode comes out, I will be done with Christmas shopping.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Katalyn, what was your quenchable moment this week?
My quenchable moment is that I'm almost done with my contract time with the other museum. Woo-hoo! So by the time this comes out, I'll be on winter break from my new job. And the museum is letting me work full-time hours those 2 weeks to kind of wrap things up. So I'll be doing that. And then next year, they got a donation of money to work on the project I was initially hired for last year to scan and catalog photos. So we figured out a way that I just have to go in maybe twice, once in January, once in February, scan a shit ton of photos, and then I can work from home.
Love
to
that.
do the cataloging. So I can make it work with my new schedule. That's actually what I'm doing these 2 weeks, is we came up with some projects for me to do from home. So, but yeah,
Nice.
so I'm almost done with helping them try to gain intellectual control of their collections. It's a mess, but
You're doing great.
You're doing great, sweetie.
I think
I don't know what they're gonna do when I'm gone, but it's fine.
you're really like in that niche spot, and as someone who like has also like studied the archives and history,
Mhm.
digital archiving is becoming a really big aspect of what our archives are going to be looking like as we move forward into the future. And
Well,
the hardest part is digitizing
yeah,
everything.
it's just having it just takes time, which
Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind doing it. I actually
it's
really like
tedious, but
scanning photos.
you're doing that job
Yeah.
that is if you are looking for a job in like archives, digital archiving is probably your best bet at this point.
Yeah, brush up on that. But no, like they don't have like really good intellectual control over their physical collections either.
Oh
Like
no.
80% of their stuff doesn't have like identifying
Oh
numbers,
no.
and no one kept records for like 20 years of where shit came from.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
bad.
I know some of these words.
But anyways, so as I've learned so much, and as much as I've loved working there, I'm glad that I'm almost done because it
It's
hurts my
time.
soul. But
I'm happy you're
Kira,
moving into a new phase of your life.
yes, I'm excited. The high schoolers are little shits already, but I'm excited.
Most teens, don't worry. They're the same across the board. I work with
Yeah,
them too.
yeah. So, what about you, Kira? What's your quenchable moment?
So my questionable moment is this past week, Connor was ported in Naples, Italy. So
Ugh,
I know.
That poor,
I
poor
know.
man.
Croatia.
Actually, right now he's stuck on his ship because there's something that like broke. They cannot get off. They're at the port still. They cannot get off the ship, but they
That's
also the barge that helps them like get water onto the ship is broken, and so they can't shower.
oh gross.
So they're having issues, and I'm like, oh, you gotta
Ew.
come home.
Okay.
You gotta come home. But Connor was ported this week, and he FaceTimed us, and we got an update from him. We have a tentative date of him coming home. So that's what you
Yay.
guys see on our sheet, our little document. That is a tentative date. It is not it's not a hard date. That's the one that they hope that they can be there by. So they're shooting for around that time frame.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited. My mom and brother are really excited because at
I'm
that
excited
point,
for you guys.
I know by that point Connor will have been gone for I believe 8 months, and so we're all just like really excited to see him.
That's so
How
much
long will
earlier than I thought.
how long will he get to be home for?
We don't know. It's definitely going to be like a significant amount of time. The If he was assigned to the ship, it would be at least 2 years, I think. But he is assigned to a squadron,
Mhm.
Mm.
to a physical plane, and so it's just different. We don't know like the exact specifics of that. We're hoping it'll be pretty significantly because he's already looking at like apartments and stuff that he wants to get when he comes home.
Oh,
But
yay.
I know, but we have a tentative date to kind of prepare to see him. It can be, I think that's like the earliest that he will be home. I think it will be within like the 2 months, depending on like what's happening in the world right now. For those of you who
Mhm.
don't know, he is in the Atlantic portion of the Navy, and we all know there's a lot going on the Atlantic side of the United States. So it just depends on that. But it was I teared up when he told us that that was like a tentative.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're shooting for.
No.
So I'm really excited. You guys know that I miss him so much, and it's gonna be and it works. It's right
Yeah, I
around
hope it.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's way earlier than I thought it was gonna
Yeah,
be.
I
it's
hope it
right
works out for
around
that time frame.
Uh-huh.
someone else's little trip. So it
Yep.
would if he comes home then like it would work really well for like our scheduling and stuff too.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Anyways, on to
Anyway.
some other things pertaining mostly to our families.
mhm.
So I know that we all have a couple of traditions that are tried and true for all of us. I mentioned one of mine earlier. My sister always gets me a Pandora charm for my necklace. The very first one that she got for me, she had just turned a year old, and
Aw.
she got me a
Aw.
little charm that said "Sweet Sister." and they got me a little V, and I've gotten one every year since. Most of them are Disney themed.
Of
I
course.
already know which one I'm getting this year because I always have to look just to be sure.
That's no
Yeah.
fun.
Well,
Ruins
because I
the
have to look one up.
surprise.
If I didn't go through and look, she would get me a princess every year. And
And
I
that's a
didn't
bad
want
thing?
that. I didn't want the princesses. Are you kidding me? When they have a Stitch charm or a
Oh, okay.
Nemo
Okay,
or
that's fair.
Wally, why would I want a princess?
That's fair. That's fair.
So I pick out my charms. We also always watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas while we decorate, specifically the Jim Carrey version, because that's the only
The
one that
best
matters.
version.
My roommates are watching it right now. I keep
I
hearing
know.
snippets through the wall.
That's why I did gifts earlier. I know most of that movie by heart.
I mean,
I
I walked in earlier
constantly,
going, jury duty, jury duty.
yes, I constantly quote it. I know, and it always, okay, I think I said this before when we were talking about holiday movies, but the quote "holiday hoobie wuddy," I say it all the time, and nobody ever knows what I'm talking about,
I know what you're talking about.
and it makes me sad. So now you guys know. You have to recognize it when I say it. And then the last big tradition that we have, we always go to one of these drive-through light shows. It's the Lights at Bull Run. They're about an hour and a half away from where we live. We usually go the weekend of my mom's birthday, because her birthday falls on Thanksgiving Day weekend always. But she had to work this year, so we're going to be doing that. Not next weekend, but I think the weekend after. So, but we always do that. It's a lot of fun. We go to one of our favorite places to eat called the Silver Diner, which maybe if you guys come visit me, I can take you because it's great. And we'll do a little shopping, and then we'll go and see the lights, and it's a good time.
Aw, it's so sweet.
Short, sweet, to the point. We have a lot of lights spaces in Virginia. It's kind of weird, but
I love that.
whatever.
Yeah.
Love it. Katalyn.
Kiara, you go.
No, Katalyn, you go.
Kiara, you go.
I'm punching through the screen. Okay. Anyways, so I have a few.
Such a loving relationship.
We love each other. We really do.
We really do.
We really do.
Pass.
We love you too. Don't worry. We love you enough for all of us.
My heart is growing 3 sizes today.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry, Kiara.
Anyways. So I have a few. My first one is actually one that I'm going to be doing this upcoming weekend. It's my mom's birthday weekend. I'm flying home for it, which is great because I wasn't able to be home for her birthday last year. But we always get our Christmas tree on her birthday weekend, or like the weekend either right before or right after. Her birthday is on a Friday this year, so we're going to be going that Sunday. And it's like a whole family thing. It's going to be rough because Connor will not be home. Last year, Connor and I were both not home when we got the tree, so Mom only had Kyle. This year will be a little bit rougher just because he's not going to be home for the holidays in general. But we usually go and get the Christmas tree in the morning. We get home and, Kyle and Tammy will be over, and we get 2 ever since my parents got divorced, which this is the 10 years this year, actually.
Wow.
This actually just past November. So for the past 10 years, we've been getting 2 trees. We get our normal one in our big family room. Katalyn, you've seen it. It's the one with the red couch.
Okay.
Walk in the door. That's where our normal big tree is. And then we put another one in the main room where everyone hangs out with the TV, where the kitchen is. It's a smaller one. We've been getting 2 trees. One has all of our family ornaments, and the other one is just like a basic ornament set. But we wanted to get one out there just because, we spend a lot of our time out there away from the other tree, and we wanted to be able to still like see a tree and like feel the festivities. And so we decorate the whole house. I think my mom had Kyle put up the Christmas lights last weekend though, so those are already up. But we usually do all of like the inside decorations together. We have spiked eggnog. We'll either have Christmas music or Hallmark Christmas movies playing in the background when we do it, just to kind of like get the vibe going. And we just spend the whole day doing that. I think the past few years we've been ordering Chinese food that night. We just eat Chinese food while we put up.
I can't say it. It's racist.
Yeah. I hate The Christmas Story, by the way. I hate it.
Never
So
seen it.
it's played too much.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. So my next one is an old tradition. We don't do it anymore. Because my papa has passed away. He's been gone since 2019, but we used to do Christmas Eve parties at his house. I don't have a lot of family that lives in the States. Most of my family lives, at least on my mom's side, over in Ireland and Germany still. But we do have some, and every year on Christmas Eve, my papa would throw a party at his house, and all of our family would come into town for that evening, and we would spend the time together. It's why we've all stayed so close. I seriously love my cousins. I don't know where I would be without them. But it's a really core memory going to these parties, and it was really hard when his health started declining and we weren't able to do it anymore. We started moving it earlier in the months, and so it was like we would have the Christmas Eve party but like in October, and I'm like, absolutely not. Like, what the fuck is this? I got so pissed. But it would be so great because like I have Tongan cousins, and I've talked about this on here before, but they would bring their like they have a band. It's called Fulabula Band. They're Tongan, so Samisi likes to really lean into that. And they would bring like guitars and the steel drums, and we would sing Christmas songs while they like played those things. And we would always have the kids would always get presents. We would take these big family photos with everyone together, and you can kind of just see everyone growing over the years. And yeah, we just like stayed really close, and I was able just to see my family. I got to see my two Tongan cousins, Tonga and Kaylee, this past October though for Kyle's wedding. So it was really great to see them, and we all kind of talked, and their wives talked to us, and they all miss us coming down. So we're gonna try and plan something where my family goes down to San Diego, where most of them live, and just like see and hang out with them, because it's been a really long time since all of us have been together, and we all like miss each other dearly. So, but we have a new tradition now that we have replaced Christmas Eve with just my immediate family. We get the usually it's four of us, me, my mom, Jeannie, and Riley. Connor, if he's home. Obviously this year it's not going to happen because he's not home. Um, Kyle and Tammy do not make it out to us because it works really well with her family. They do for Thanksgiving, they do it on that weekend after, so they can be with us for Thanksgiving, and then for Christmas, they do Christmas Eve, so they can be out with us on Christmas Day. It works really well for the families. That was already a tradition that they had going into it, so it was never like an issue. So they're usually out there, and so this year it'll be the four of us. We go to a local Mexican restaurant for dinner, and we have a Mexican dinner, which we love. When during COVID in 2020, we ordered it and we brought it back to the house, and we still had our Mexican food, and we ate it there. And then afterwards, we pile into the car and we go look at all of the Christmas lights. So like, we have the big candy cane lanes, like the big one that a lot of people know about in Los Angeles. Like Riley and I will go out there and see that, but like we have a lot of smaller ones in our like town, in the town next to us, and so we'll go out and we'll like look at all the lights. A lot of them are interactive. There's this one house I know that has a big screen, and they project Christmas movies on it. And when I say they project Christmas movies, I'm talking the old like Frosty and the Rudolphs. Like they play those movies that are like the old nostalgic.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. Sorry.
Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. Okay,
Oh my
that's
God.
long time. Senior year, we did a music extravaganza for theater, and that was
I'm
one of the
waiting
songs.
for that sound to be trending again on TikTok.
Give it a couple days.
It's coming up on mine. It's coming up on mine already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's
Anywho.
exciting. But they usually have that, and then there's another house in that same block that has a wishing tree. And
Mm-hmm.
so you get out of your car and you write down your wish for the new year, and you place it on this tree. Super cute. And so we go and do that on Christmas Eve, and then we come home. I know there's a lot of families who do like you open one Christmas gift on Christmas Eve. Technically, yes. Every year it's the same thing though. It's our Christmas pajamas. So we get
Pajamas, yeah.
Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve.
Same.
Wow, my family sucks. Which I knew already, but like
When we were younger, we used to take like family photos in front of it. Obviously we've gotten older. If you guys see my Instagram, you'll see that I've kind of tried to keep up with it as I've gotten older. I've made Connor take them with me the past few years. Riley, when I was in a relationship, my ex and I, we took pictures in front of our Christmas tree together. With my dogs. I've taken it with my dogs. Super cute. And then we'll make cookies and we'll watch Christmas movies on Christmas Eve until my mom says, "Okay, well, Santa can't come until you go to bed." And I'm just like looking at her. I'm pretty sure I know where Santa hid all the presents.
My dad does the same thing with the stockings. He's like, I can't put the stockings out till you go to bed. And I was like, I know half the shit that's going in there. So like,
but it was really funny. And I did this for the first time in 2019. So my papa passed away October of 2019. And it was really rough on my mom because he was like our main like grandparent growing up. And her mom had passed away in 98, the day after Christmas. And so the holidays have always just been hard. And so like losing him so close to it was hard for us too. And so that year I really wanted to make it special for her. And I got my mom a stocking with her name embroidered on it. And now every year I do a stocking for her. Because I think it's important, like, you know, our moms, they do so much for us on the holidays. A lot of moms do, and I see it on my TikTok all the time. Like, they don't get a lot of recognition from their partner on the holidays, and they have to buy their own presents or fill their own stockings. And I never want my mom to feel like that. And so, like, the boys and I, we always like to make sure we get our mom presents, and I always fill a stocking for her. After I got and it was a surprise. So like after she went to bed, I went downstairs and I had gotten new stocking hangers like to go with the ones that we already had, and I kind of placed it. And so when my mom came down, she saw a stocking for herself. She was really surprised. She was like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, "I got you a stocking, Mom." But she got ones that matched the one that I got her, so they're kind of all cohesive now. But yeah, I like to make it special for my mom because she's done so much for us over the years.
Yeah,
we traditions.
We do a stocking for our mom too. My sister and I. We pick out stuff, and we also do Christmas pajamas. We also, when I was younger, used to do the driving around to look at Christmas lights.
See, I tried getting the boys
in Kansas.
I tried getting the boys to help me with the stockings, but it just never worked out. So I just do it.
Yeah,
they're boys. I'm not surprised. Tammy,
all
if
right,
you're
Katalyn,
listening to this, get him in shape.
Katalyn, you're up.
Okay.
With them traditions.
So more recently, probably since I moved out of my parents' house, like in undergrad, my favorite thing to do is bake cookies and things this time of year. I like to make like a tin for, I used to make it for like my rental office because my mom worked there. I make it for the mechanic shop. I used to make plates for my grandma's. Yeah, so that's the first thing, and I'll be doing that next weekend. So
yeah,
I'm excited
we
to
used
do
to
that.
do it baking day too. We'd spend like a whole day baking shit.
Well, it used to kind of be a pain in the ass because I worked weekends, so it's been weird actually having like weekends where I can bake. And then we also used to do the driving around to see the lights thing. Mine memories are not as happy as your guys's with that, but it was always nice to see the lights. And then the biggest one that we haven't done since 2014 when my grandma passed, because we sold her business the next year, but she lived in the mountains and had a business where she rented out cabins and trailers and like campsites and stuff, like for people to get away. So it was nice because we always had a free place to stay. I really miss that. It's fucking expensive. But it backed up right to the forest. And so every year on my mom's birthday weekend, the closest one to it, because my mom's birthday was yesterday, we would go up and cut down our own trees for free. For free. So we always had
want to add that in there
legally.
Yes. Legally.
No chopping down trees and national forests happening here.
Nope. So we'd always get a tree, like a big tree for the living room, and then we would get little trees, or like we'd cut bigger trees and like take the tops off of them and then use the boughs on our porches, and have little trees in our bedrooms and stuff. Aww. And like just have lights everywhere. And my dad always went super crazy on Christmas lights, like would write like Noel out on the roof in lights. Our whole house probably lit up the entire cul-de-sac. This is actually the first year he's not putting lights in the trees because we have to rent like a boom lift to hang said lights.
Oh my goodness.
That's
And by
wild.
I mean I would have to get up there and do it.
And
But
we don't want you to do that.
No, pass.
I did it last year. I do it all the time.
Girl, dangerous.
It's fun going up in the boom lift, and I can see the whole town. Can I climb a ladder to get on the roof? No.
No.
But boom lift, I can do.
Right.
I mean, it was so much one year the town did like a contest and we won like mayor's choice or something like that. And ever since then, my dad was like, I have to have all these lights. But
Nice.
but yeah, so the big one that I really miss is getting the trees from my grandma's property and venturing into the woods and, you know, being worried about running across like a moose or a bear.
It happens.
It's fine.
I can't do that where I live. It's dangerous.
Kira's face. I'd be more concerned crossing paths with a moose than a bear.
Yeah.
Or a mountain lion.
I live in Appalachia.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountains.
We're not doing that.
But yeah, my family doesn't do a lot. Probably from their own unresolved trauma, but that's fine.
It's okay. You can start new traditions with your roommates.
Yeah.
You can have traditions with us. We have a tradition now that we've started.
That's very true.
We have our collective brunch Christmas thing that we do.
Yeah, we got our
that
Are
2
you
years
you
ago.
both are doing it, right?
Yeah, I just bought my gifts today.
I need to do that.
Man, you're quick.
If I don't do it now, I'll forget.
That's
and
fair.
I was worried about the timing because it's the 18th.
Yeah. We also do a holiday gift exchange in our server. That's going to be a tradition now, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we try and throw them in where we can. Traditions are important. It's good to have ones that you've always had, and it's good to have some new ones. So make sure to let us know what traditions you guys have. You can always email us at tbp.staythirsty@gmail.com, or you can message us on Instagram at Thirsty Bitches Podcast. Of course, you can leave a comment in any of the platforms that we stream in, or you can always chat with us in the Discord server. But for now, Kiara, will you take us out with an affirmation?
I will. So today's affirmation is
You look a little too excited.
You do.
I just love going into these and you guys afterwards being like, that fits. Like, obviously I make it.
Sometimes it's a little too on the nose. So let's see how on the nose you get.
So today's affirmation is the most memorable gifts I can give don't cost a penny. My life is full of people who love me. Today is a beautiful gift, and I pledge to be present and live fully in each moment. Live fully in your traditions, you guys.
Nice.
I'll try.
Even if they're new ones. Or make new ones.
We'll see.
Beautiful.
It's a lot of effort. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure to tune in on Tasty Tuesdays and Thirsty Thursdays for all new episodes. And be sure to subscribe and follow our socials listed in the description. Please make sure you like, rate, and leave a review for the podcast to help boost us across the platforms. It helps more than you know. Have a lovely day. And remember, stay thirsty, bitches.